I don't touch it. I don't want anything.
Oh! No, I'm armed. Hey. We got.
Carson Schmidt is a young adventurer who likes snowboarding, hiking, and skiing, often posting his trips online. On February 25th, 2026, he shared a video that felt especially disturbing and showed how important timing can be. While skiing with a friend, they came down a slope and suddenly stopped without really knowing why. That was when they spotted something unusual.
That's deep. Dude, I just sank. Hey, they good?
Hey. Oh.
Hey, stop.
We got.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you okay?
Hold on for a second. Oh. Can you get his skis off, dude?
Oh.
You okay?
Holy.
Can you get his skis off, Carson?
Yeah.
They rushed over to help after noticing only the ends of a man's skis poking out from the snow. No one could tell how long he had been stuck there, but it was obvious he didn't have much time left. It seemed he had fallen into a deep patch of snow, proving that a person can get buried even without an avalanche. The man was extremely lucky that Carson and his friend stopped at that exact moment. It almost seemed like something pushed them to pause right when he needed help most. The incident shows how fast outdoor adventures can become dangerous. The England-based channel Paranormal Witness focuses on exploring abandoned homes while looking for solid proof of the paranormal. In this clip, they are sitting quietly in the living room of a house believed to have a dark presence inside. They try to provoke the entity by permitting it to open the drawers, and then something suddenly happens on camera.
There's a child here. Come on, come open it, come play. I give you permission to open these drawers, these cabinets. Thank you.
Thanks. Check out the top of the cabinet.
All right, I'll over there, guys.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you.
I push that, lock shut, click shut.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
The TV cabinet door suddenly swings open by itself, moving in a slow and eerie way that almost seems deliberate. The clip was later zoomed in and enhanced around the hinges, but no strings, wires, or hidden setup could be seen attached to it. There didn't seem to be any clear natural reason for the door to move like that. Was it genuine paranormal activity, or was it staged to look that way? On April 1st, 2026, a man named Ryan was sorting through tools in his shed while getting ready for a yard sale. He planned to sell most of the very old items left behind by the previous owner. While he was working, he started hearing strange noises coming from the shed's attic. He had never gone up there before since he only used the shed for storing old tools and random items and never needed the extra space. But after the noises kept bothering him, he turned on the lights and looked up.
All right, I got the light on. Listen to this. Listen to this. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Is anybody up here? What the? Dude. Is anybody up here? My God. Is anybody up here? Hey, is it? Oh my.
A creepy face could be seen hiding in the dark at the back of the attic, slowly moving. Ryan didn't notice it at the time and only caught it later while editing. But even then, the moving trash can had already freaked him out. After that, he installed a doorbell camera, and a week later, it captured something else. Something appears to be hiding outside while slowly creeping toward his house. The next night, Brian suddenly woke up around 5 a.m. after hearing something strange.
Listen to me right now. It is 5 o'clock in the morning, and I hear something coming out of my window. Oh my God, I had the light on. There is something walking around outside of my window.
A creepy voice kept Ryan from sleeping that night. Since the strange activity began, he would sometimes drift toward the windows without even realizing it, then stand there staring at the shed for a long time. The next morning, while he was at church with his wife and daughter, his security camera sent him motion alerts from the shed. When he opened the footage, he saw something terrifying. After seeing all the chaos happening in the shed attic, Ryan rushed back home. He was obviously shaken by everything because, apparently, haunted storage spaces are bad for the nervous system. But he still forced himself to climb up and check it out.
I'm actually scared to go in here, seriously. Like, I just got home and I saw this happen in my shed, man. Like, man, this is crazy. I'm scared to seriously go in here. So either I'm going to call the police because there's somebody up here, or, I don't. I'm going to stop doing it. Hey, there's got to be someone up here. You know what? I'm not even going around. Hey, there's someone up here. Hey, who's up here? Come on, I'm turning this camera around. Hold on, I got to start. Dang it, Hey, who's up here? Who's up here? Come on, I'm not playing around. Who's up here? Hello? Hey, who is up here? Hello? There is nobody up here. Boxes, wood. I mean, this stuff is old, bro. What is this? Rebuild. 2000 what? 2013. 2013, man. This sounds like what it must have fell over. I mean, this is crazy. Uh-oh, what is this? Uh-oh, what is this? Mr. and Mrs. Ronald J. Oh, whoa. I don't even know if I want to be touching that. An old watch. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's a shot glass. You guys saw up there. There's nothing up there. Okay, look, if you lived in this house, would you even walk up there for a second? I have no reason to. There's nothing up there that I need. And I know I saw this when I looked up there. It looked like a pulley system. So whoever was here must have put stuff in here and pulled it up. That's what that must have been. And that thing completely disconnected. That was tied. Look, I saw it because it was tied around this thing right here.
When Ryan checked the attic, no one was up there. All he found were old tools, stored items, and something marked with the names Mr. and Mrs. Ronald, the first owners who had helped design the place before Ryan's family moved in. He also noticed several things scattered across the floor, like they had been knocked over. Ryan had no idea what was behind it, but he started to think it could be connected to the previous owners, especially since the strange activity began after they planned to sell the old tools that once belonged to them. So, was it Mr. Ronald, or was something else causing it? Some people believe animals are more sensitive to paranormal activity than humans, able to notice things that people cannot see or hear. A Reddit user thought something like that happened one night while he was alone with his dog. He woke up after hearing a strange sound, but when he checked around, nothing seemed unusual. Even after going back to bed, he still felt uneasy. Then his dog started acting strangely, looking around the room, as if something was there. Since he could not see anything himself, he grabbed his phone and began recording.
Hey, look at Daddy. What are you doing? Hey, Cheese. Hey, Cheese. Hey, Cheese, buddy. Cheese, 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 cheese. The cheeseburger.
Behind his dog, a curtain can be seen moving as if something or someone is hiding behind it. As soon as the Reddit user noticed the movement, he threw his phone aside and checked behind the curtain, but nothing was there. He now believes something paranormal may have been in the room that night, and that his dog sensed it first. Jack had appeared on the channel before and is known for collecting old antiques and supposedly haunted objects. Since then, he moved into another old house from the 1920s, bringing some of those items with him. Soon after moving in, strange things started happening, making him think something may have followed him. One day, he heard banging from the living room downstairs and went to check.
Banging in the living room. There's nobody else in the house. I'm just going upstairs watching TV. Some of my old haunted objects from the old house are in here, but nothing's ever happened. Hello? Hello? Oh! Whoa! Oh my god. What? What the hell? Whoa. I am not staying in there. Oh my god. Oh, it's even colder in here. What is that noise? Hello? Oh my god. Well, it looks like my objects are back at it again, doesn't it? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I am getting out of here. What the hell?
The TV shuts off by itself. The cabinet door swings open, and more strange activity starts happening around the house. Jack doesn't know which item could be causing it and starts wondering if he should stop collecting haunted objects altogether. Real ghost or not, the situation clearly has him shaken. The video starts off in chaos, with the camera shaking, while a man and woman can be heard breathing hard, obviously scared. They're staring at a closet door right in front of them as it rattles violently, like something inside is trying to break out. The banging keeps getting louder and more intense, making the whole scene feel even more unsettling. The woman tries to explain that the closet doors had only been put in a week earlier, so they weren't old or damaged, which makes it harder to blame the noise on bad hinges or normal wear. Whatever was going on felt like it was happening on purpose.
What's that? Okay, God. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. These are the new closet doors, guys. The new closet doors that we just installed. Oh my God. Okay. Nothing. Nothing in the closet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Be careful.
Okay, no.
Okay, so clearly installing these doors, as you guys can see, we're still dealing with whatever is in our bedroom closet. I don't know, but freaked right out. Look at the dog, she's like, what the hell?
The man tries to keep it together as he slowly walks toward the closet, even though the door is still shaking, like it has a personal grudge against architecture. His voice sounds nervous as he tells the woman everything is fine, but absolutely nothing about it feels fine. After a short pause, he grabs the handle and opens it, and the noise stops right away. The closet looks totally normal inside, with clothes hanging neatly and the shelves still in order. He checks behind the door and looks around, but there's nothing there. Then the video suddenly ends, leaving the whole thing quiet and unexplained. A man was riding through a thick forest when he noticed something strange between the trees. A huge, human-like figure stood in the distance, completely dark and hard to make out, almost blending into the shadows. He started recording and zoomed in, but the footage stayed blurry, which made it even more unsettling. Some people think it could be Bigfoot, while others believe it was just a person working in the woods under poor lighting. So what was really standing there? Was it something unknown, or just a man seen from the wrong angle? A man was walking through the woods on a sunny day, expecting a calm outing, when he suddenly saw something large moving ahead. He lifted his camera and spotted a big black creature passing between the trees. He zoomed out twice to show its size compared to the trees around it. Some people think it could be Bigfoot, while others believe it was probably a bear. So what was moving through the forest with that much confidence? In March 2013, YouTuber Dan82IFI went through a terrifying experience in his kitchen. After waking up and heading downstairs, he found every cabinet door wide open, even though he had insisted he had closed them before going to bed. Scared, he grabbed his camera and began recording as he shut each cabinet one by one. He was breathing heavily and kept saying he wanted everything documented in case something happened to him. Once he finished, he planned to go to the basement to calm down, but then something suddenly happened.
Now I'm very, very scared. I just want to close all of this. I considered recording it in case something happens. At least it's documented. All right. I'm going downstairs to relax and edit for a while. Oh. Oh! Oh. Oh! Oh! I have to upload this. I have to upload it before something happens and no one sees it. Ouch. I think I broke my ankle.
A glass suddenly falls hard and shatters on the floor, leaving Dan terrified. A few seconds later, another glass breaks, and the situation turns into full panic. Dan runs away in fear, stumbling down the stairs and twisting his ankle while trying to escape. The footage looks like a sudden and aggressive poltergeist incident, though some viewers believe it may have been staged. Either way, the quick shift from quiet tension to chaos makes the clip intense. On July 9th, 2025, paranormal investigator Moxley entered a forest that locals avoided after dark. Deep inside the woods was an old underground tunnel that had been abandoned for years and was tied to some seriously creepy stories. People claimed they had seen dark figures, heard screams coming from the trees, and, most unsettling of all, spotted a woman in a red dress who only showed up when someone lingered there too long.
Are you a soldier? What year do you think it is? Darkness. Can you see me? Do you see what I'm doing? Can you come and reveal yourself to me?
Moxley started his investigation near the tunnel entrance, calmly calling out to see if anyone was there. At first, nothing happened because, apparently, even haunted tunnels need a dramatic pause, but as soon as he stepped inside, the whole vibe started to shift.
Is there anyone here? No, really. I forgot to be cautious. Every time I look away. Can you tell me his name? Tell me who you are. Every time I turned my back, then there was a noise behind me, like something was moving toward me. Is it you who's moving behind me? But tell me who you are. Move the camera back a bit. The last time I was here, you said this was your grave. If I'm right, am I dead? I'm not sure how to answer that. So do you want me to leave? Don't go. I'll go if you want. This camera often loses focus.
His camera kept losing focus as fear started to take over. Whenever Moxley looked away, he heard sounds behind him, like something was slowly coming closer. There were faint footsteps, dragging noises, and when he asked questions, his gear picked up creepy replies about murder and being stuck underground. He felt like someone was standing right behind him, only inches away. The farther he went into the tunnel, the stronger that feeling became. Then something happened.
Did you say you like scaring people here? Last time I was here, as I said before, you made me leave the tunnels. Was there something related to the tunnel? Are you protecting something from your family? Are you protecting your family? Was your family buried in the tunnels? I keep saying tunnels, but it's actually just one. Was it your family's land, a burial place? Are you happy that we decided to plant here again, trying to save the land? Maybe you wouldn't be so upset if they weren't paving everything. we could camp here again. Would you be okay with me camping here? Did you say you were murdered before? Who killed you? Tell me their names. You said the last time I was here that someone killed you here. Tell me their names and yours. I feel like I'm being watched. Are you watching me?
Suddenly, a heavy sulfur smell filled the tunnel, making it hard to breathe. Then Moxley felt a cold breeze touch the back of his neck, like something had moved in way too close. That was all he needed. He stopped trying to figure it out and ran.
Ugh, this smell of sulfur. Can you stay for a while? I don't think I'm going to stay down here. I'm going back upstairs. This smell is unbearable. No, I need to get out. What? What was that? What was that? What was that? What the hell? No. Let's get out of here. This sucks.
Many people believe something ancient guards the tunnel and protects whatever is hidden below. Whether it was a spirit, a warning, or something far worse, one thing is clear. Moxley didn't just leave that tunnel behind, it stayed with him. The clip starts with a sharp whistle, followed by a quiet, urgent whisper asking to be let inside. Even after carefully reviewing the footage, no one can be seen on camera. Still, the strange sounds kept happening night after night. Some viewers claimed they noticed a faint face in the trees, but nothing was clearly visible beyond the whistling and whispered words. Mandy said she didn't call the police because she felt they wouldn't take it seriously, especially since there were no signs of a break-in. Even so, the experience left her extremely anxious. Hours later, the doorbell camera picked up the same whistle and whisper again, only this time it sounded louder and clearer. Still, nothing could be seen on camera, no person, no animal, nothing. Mandy also shared footage from a higher camera angle and showed where the first camera was placed. That view confirmed no one was standing where the camera could see. A few days later, it happened again, this time even later at night. The whisper sounded much clearer, making the whole situation even more disturbing. Then things got worse when a camera inside the house picked up the same sounds through its microphone.
Change it so wet. Maybe I have to. How wet? I'm sorry. You can sort of demand. I know. We used to giving you the buckets. You didn't take the buckets. Now you have nothing for buckets. The buckets for what now? No buckets for you now. I'm not giving you buckets now. It's a little bubble for you. I'm just getting another bottle.
Mandy says she didn't hear anything herself at the time, but the indoor clip still captured muffled, unsettling voices with unclear words about wetness, bottles, and bubbles. People in the comments had different ideas. Some believed someone may have hacked the cameras and played the sounds remotely, while others thought it could have been natural noises like birds or wind setting off the microphones.
So I'm gonna upload a video just showing you what it sounds like if someone were talking through the ring. Well, what it sounds like when I talk through the ring, what it sounds like on my end. And I just wanted to see what it sounded like because I wasn't sure. It's very loud. There's like an echo, and then there is also interference that you can hear, but I don't know if it was because I was standing because I was standing so close to the actual ring device. Maybe that's what was causing the interference. We also have 24/7 professional monitoring, so that's monitoring for any triggers of the alarm, but also it monitors for hacking. Well, hacking into your into your camera. So I'm gonna upload it here. I don't know. I don't think that's what it was because I think I would have heard it. Hello? 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 So if I'm talking through, you cannot see because it sounds very loud. If somebody was hacking and talking through that camera. Can you hear the echo? So I don't know if someone was hacking it and talking through it, but I really don't think so. It's a Ring camera, but we have 24/7 monitoring, so I think I would get some kind of alert if it was being hacked, but I'm not 100% sure.
Outdoor noise could explain some of the earlier clips, but the audio recorded inside the house is much harder to dismiss. Skeptics pointed out that fake sounds can easily be added with editing software, meaning it could be staged. Mandy denied editing anything and shared a test of the two-way audio feature to compare the sound. She also said her security system is monitored around the clock, so any outside interference should be noticed, though she admitted she couldn't be fully sure. In the end, there still isn't a clear answer. Was it an animal, a prank, or some kind of technical issue? In the video, a woman says she had been hearing and seeing strange things moving around outside her home in Columbus, Ohio. Late one night, the noises woke her up, so she opened the window to check outside and ended up capturing something seriously unsettling. Watch closely.
Whoa, what was that? I literally just heard something out my window. I just did it again.
A growling sound can be heard nearby, and then she spots a strange-looking face in the trees. The face might just be pareidolia, because apparently brains enjoy turning darkness into nightmare fuel, but she has recorded the same strange growling on other nights too, and it even seemed to scare off nearby animals. She has never actually seen what is making the growling noises, but after so many strange things happening around her home, she believes there may be otherworldly beings lurking outside. Still, the real question is what could be causing those growls, and whether they have anything to do with the strange faces she keeps seeing. Will, the youngest in his family, and his friend, first saw a strange dark figure standing still in the woods near their home, watching them from a distance. They thought they might be imagining it, but then they managed to take a photo. Later, they went outside, split up, and moved through the trees until they caught footage of a dark shape walking slowly through the woods. It didn't run or fully hide, which made the encounter even more unsettling. After that, they stayed away from the area, but 2 years later, in July 2015, the figure appeared again, this time much closer, while the boys were in the backyard with their dog. It looked taller, clearer, dressed in black, and its arms seemed unusually long. Its movement looked human, so it could have been a person, but the way it appeared again made it disturbing. 2 years later, Will saw a similar dark figure near a lake while he was with a friend. Once he realized what he was seeing, he left right away. Across the videos, the figure looked almost the same each time, leaving people unsure whether it was just someone living in the woods or something else. TikTok user D Blankets shared a trail camera video that left many people disturbed. The footage shows something crawling into view in the middle of the night. It didn't look like an animal, but more like a human-shaped figure with a body that seemed unusually thin and unnatural. And if it really was a person, why would they be crawling through the forest at night? Was it a cryptid, someone acting strangely, or just a staged hoax? Nobody knows for sure. The video begins shakily, with the man sounding scared as he slowly heads toward the living room. His breathing is quick and uneven, so it's obvious he's nervous. The camera moves through a dark hallway and stops at the doorway, where torn paper is scattered all over the floor as something tore through the room in a frenzy. Every step he takes feels unusually loud, making the whole moment even more tense. As he enters the room, the camera slowly moves around, showing a Christmas tree in the corner with its lights off and the decorations barely visible in the darkness. The torn paper all over the floor makes the scene feel even more unsettling. As he keeps recording, faint glowing orbs drift across the screen, clearly visible as they pass through the shot. Then, suddenly, a soft female whisper is heard, and it doesn't sound like it's coming from the camera. It sounds like it's right behind him. A shaky female voice suddenly whispers, "Are you hurting me?" Followed by a sharp gasp. The line sounds faint and broken, but it's clear enough to make the moment feel much more disturbing. Was it really a voice coming from behind him? Was someone else in the room, hidden in the dark? Or did the camera pick up something that was never supposed to be heard? Davo had been on this channel before. He was sitting in the living room with relatives who were visiting when they suddenly heard a creepy scream and noticed something by the window. A few weeks later, on December 25th, 2025, he was playing Xbox after getting GTA 5 as a gift. Then he heard banging noises and began recording.
I don't even know what...
or what to do.
A loud knock came from his front door, but when he pointed the camera that way, he captured a creepy face with dark eyes pressed up against the window, watching him. A little later, he checked again, but there was nothing there and nobody at the door. The next night, Davo was sleeping when he suddenly woke up around 2 a.m. with the feeling that someone was staring at him. When he looked around his room, he saw something terrifying. Watch closely.
It's 1:56 in the morning. And I woke up because I felt someone staring at me. Alexa, room light, cold white. That's because of the fan. There's nothing.
In the image, a creepy figure can be seen inside his bedroom. As soon as it moves, he gets up to face it, but by then it has vanished. He also hears a bang outside his window and records another figure there, but when he checks again, no one is around. He says the figure in his room looked like it had a burned appearance. In the end, whether it was a real ghost or not is left for the viewer to decide. A security guard working at a shopping mall recorded this during one of his night patrols. While walking through the mall, he noticed something that seriously creeped him out. Pay close attention to what happens next.
Everything I love, I just heard a group of kids over here laughing. On everything, bro. I just heard a group of kids laughing. Where the hell the kids at? What the? Bro, no, I'm not tripping, bro. I just heard a whole bunch of kids laughing, bro. You hear that? What the? Bro, I'm in the mall by myself. Where the is that coming from? I know y'all heard that. Bro, what the? I'm about to get up out of this bitch. What the is that? Bro, so he's just standing there, bro. 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 I'm out of here.
What the guard heard left him frozen. The mall was supposed to be empty, but the sound seemed like a child crying somewhere inside. Some viewers thought it could have been an imposter entity, while others were just disturbed by the fact that there was no one else in the building. An urban explorer walks into a long abandoned building, a place left to decay and be forgotten over time. He later says that what happened inside turned into the most terrifying experience he'd had in 5 years of exploring deserted places. At first, nothing seemed unusual. The building was silent, empty, and still, but that calm didn't last for long.
Super cool. Receipts.
Out of nowhere, soft music began playing from the hallway he had just walked through, even though it had been silent moments earlier. The sound was clear and organized, almost like an orchestra, echoing through the building. He froze, trying to understand it, and first assumed someone else had to be inside, but fear took over, so he grabbed his gear and ran out. Later that night, he looked into the building's history and found reports of strange music and unexplained sounds going back years. After that, he promised himself he would never return. So what was really happening in that hallway? Was it just sound moving through the old building, or something still playing after everyone was gone? A man took his family on a weekend camping trip in the woods. The first day went smoothly, and once it got dark, they settled in for the night. The forest was completely still until an unexpected noise suddenly cut through the quiet. A long howl, or maybe a deep growl, echoed through the trees. It sounded close, uncomfortably close. Since they had no idea what was out there, the man quickly got his family into the car. They left the campsite right away, and whatever made the sound was never found. This footage was shared by the channel Grift, known for exploring abandoned factories and old Soviet industrial sites. During one investigation, they entered a deserted military location. At first, the place looked normal, with dirt, rusted beams, and concrete everywhere. Then they discovered several perfectly round shafts leading deep into darkness. When they pointed a flashlight into one of them, they saw something that terrified them.
Oh, it's deep here, huh? Deep cotton.
What's there?
Yeah. There's a grave. There's something here. It's okay.
Bottles, you see bottles here.
This is likely the entrance from there to here. Dirt, Fuka pets. Here, guys, look how many bottles. Is anyone here?
It turns out...
Answer. Guys, it's made of tin. I'll tell you everything now anyway, we can't go down yet. Because there's no rope and there's a deep board, but there's a... I don't know right now if it's a rock. Definitely, damn it, highlight me, you can see it. There, look to the side, you can see the pants and socks. That's a lie. A human body. I'm shouting, but there's no response, so we assume it could be a corpse. Now I turn on the camera, turning. It's on a tall tripod. We'll drop it and just vibrate. If something happens, call the police. This is a hassle, we didn't expect this at all. I'm attaching a flashlight to the tripod. The first time we left the camera, it was too dark to see anything. Now we're going down again. Let's see what happens. I'm turning it off now. Turn the camera around and turn it on. It's recording everyone. Lowering the camera with the flashlight.
At the bottom of the hole, something that looks like fabric or clothing can be seen. At first, it appears to be ordinary trash, but once the flashlight steadies, the shape starts to look like a human body. The group falls silent, then attaches their camera to a makeshift tripod and slowly lowers it into the dark shaft, hoping it does not fall.
Flashlight doesn't fall.
Answer.
Shorter guys filmed, we're completely in silhouette. But we can't stop seeing it in the video, man. Or maybe someone still put a mannequin there, you know it fades away a lot. And all the trash here, we freeze it. Now we'll try lighting it again, watch.
You can put it down here. Secure the camera.
Don't show off, just put it there. Point it down there and I'll... This is the easiest part. Come on, try to hurry up. What is that, or who is that lying there? And apparently this matches perfectly with the silhouette of the person. I mean, well, maybe it's just a jacket or some socks lying there. His face is covered with a hood, I don't know. Maybe just a skeleton, who knows, because you can't really see it. Here we try to consider, but there's no way out. So it doesn't matter how we want to climb up there, because you don't know what's next at all. You could be. We're trying to call out somehow. We tried to contact this person. Well, there's no way our connection will go down, so we can't. What's more likely is that it's already a dead person. and there's nothing left for us to do but report it to...
The camera light reveals a jacket, pants, and socks at the bottom of the shaft. The face appears to be hidden under a hood, though it is unclear whether anything recognizable is left. Terrified by what they have found, the group pulls the camera back up and calls the police. Hours later, rescue teams arrive, lower long poles into the hole, and begin recovering the body.
That's 10.
Shut up. The men go to the police. We owe it to the legs and get it as it is. And he's Russian too. It's not like we let him. He doesn't disappoint. Alone. I don't touch it. I don't want anything.
Навязывайте на палку. Пальцы, пальцы. Палку пускай. Ниже, попід ноги.
Still. And the damn head can't break, brother. Come on.
The body was so badly decomposed that the smell spread through the surrounding forest. It seemed like the person had been trapped in the hole for a very long time. No one knows who he was, whether he fell in by accident or whether someone dumped him there to cover up a crime. To this day, the case remains unsolved. An eerie video was uploaded on October 13th, 2025. Though the footage itself was recorded back in 2022, a woman was home alone upstairs in her bedroom when she heard strange noises coming from downstairs. Feeling uneasy, she grabbed her phone and began recording as she slowly went to investigate. But what appeared on camera was much more disturbing than she expected. As she paused halfway down the stairs to listen, a dark, shadow-like shape briefly moved past the open space between the railing. It was only visible for a split second, but a loud noise echoed through the house at the same moment, making it seem like the two were connected. She searched the house afterward and found nothing unusual. She also said she had no pets that could explain the movement. Strangely, she didn't notice the shadow until she re-watched the footage 3 years later. Whether it was a spirit, leftover energy, or just a strange coincidence, the clip is still unsettling. Michael Tisdale and his wife bought an old Louisiana house built in 1896. It looked calm and historic from the outside, but soon after moving in, they started hearing strange noises upstairs almost every night. The sounds were like slow footsteps and heavy movement, sometimes stopping right at the top of the stairs as if someone was standing there. At first, they blamed the old house, thinking it was just shifting floors and walls, but the same pacing continued night after night. After several sleepless nights, Michael decided to record it, so he took his phone upstairs to find out what was causing the noise.
Alright. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Something's making noise up here. I'm gonna go check it out. Okay, yeah, it's alright. It's just a room, right? Alright guys, moment of truth. Not crazy about this. Get some light. Right. Okay. I'm gonna shut this door in case the cat.
Watching the footage carefully, a strange shape can be seen in the doorway, even though nothing should have been there. Some people say it looks like a full person standing in the hall. Because the house is so old, others think it may be tied to its history, since many homes from that time had deaths occur inside them. There is also a belief that spirits can repeat old habits, moving through the same areas they once knew. Whether it was only a shadow caught by the camera or something from the past still lingering upstairs remains unclear. A woman was camping alone near a remote lake when she spotted something unusual in the water and started recording. Beneath the surface, a green light kept pulsing silently. As far as she knew, no one else was nearby, so the glow felt even stranger. Maybe it was divers, equipment, or something with a normal explanation, but in such an isolated place, it seemed completely out of place. Early one morning, a man woke up after hearing a strange noise. Moments later, he saw his bedroom door slowly opening on its own. Instead of leaving it alone, he asked what caused it to do it again, a decision he still regrets. Pay close attention to what happens next.
Do it again. Think. Do it again.
Okay.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. This. All right. All right. Done. Do it again. Do it again. Okay. Shadow? Shadow? Where is it?
Something appeared to be behind the door, even though nothing showed up on the camera. Asking it to happen again was the worst choice he could have made. Some beliefs say that unknown entities need attention or acknowledgement to become stronger. By asking it to repeat itself, he may have given it exactly that: attention, energy, and permission. A family was driving down a quiet rural road when someone began filming the view. Suddenly, a bright light appeared far ahead, with no houses or buildings anywhere nearby. It looked like a glowing orb floating alone in the distance, almost moving with a life of its own. Maybe it was just a reflection, but the family never found a clear answer, and the mystery remains. Urbex Hill is a YouTube creator who explores abandoned and forgotten locations, but one of his recent investigations was so unsettling that even he was left shaken. At first, the trip through the old abandoned factory felt pretty normal, but as they moved farther inside, the place became strangely quiet. Then, without warning, faint noises began echoing through the halls.
Hello?
Objects started moving by themselves, which left the explorer seriously scared. When he called out, nobody answered, but the feeling that someone was watching him only grew stronger. Still, that was nothing compared to what happened during his final visit to an abandoned church. When he went inside alone, the whole mood of the place changed. His camera picked up strange noises and movements that couldn't be explained. In the footage, a dark figure can be seen near the stairs. Urbex Hill later said this was one of the rare times he felt truly scared during an exploration. Whatever was inside that church clearly didn't want him there. Whether it was just his mind playing tricks or something much darker is left for the viewer to decide. This colonial-era house is more than 260 years old and has gained a seriously creepy reputation over the years. People online have even called it one of the most unsettling homes in America. The attic makes it worse, since it is packed with old dolls and is said to feel disturbing as soon as anyone gets near it. The owners claim strange things have been happening there for a long time, including dark shapes moving between rooms, loud footsteps when nobody is home, and voices with no clear source. Even their cat reacts strangely, staring at empty spots like something unseen is moving nearby. Then one night, the house did something that shocked everyone watching.
My phone just started dying and the notification did scare me. Just my skincare. And I am going back downstairs.
In the video, the bathroom light flickers for no clear reason. At first, it seems like an electrical problem, but it suddenly stops when the woman enters. Later, viewers notice what looks like a face appearing for a split second. No one has explained what was captured that night. A young man shared a post on the ER/Paranormal Encounters subreddit, claiming he had caught a ghost on camera. He said he used to work at a party store that sold birthday cards, decorations, and balloons, even though it seemed like it should have been a fun place to work. He claimed that he and his co-workers were often disturbed by a ghost during their shifts. Things became so uncomfortable that he eventually quit and found another job, but not before recording what he believed was evidence of the spirit haunting the store. Security footage from the store showed a balloon seemingly slipping free from its display by itself. It floated through the aisles, turning several times sharply before ending up in the office where the OP was working. When the balloon brushed against his legs, he looked down and assumed a coworker had left it there earlier. He then took it back out to the hallway and continued working. About 15 minutes later, a coworker came in and said she had popped a balloon in the break room because it seemed to be following her around. It was the same balloon that had floated into the OP's office. TikTok user Amoroso from Mexico says his life was normal until frightening activities started happening inside his home. He had been shown on the channel before after filming a strange woman outside his house, and he believes she was a witch who placed a dark curse on his family. On April 5th, he shared a new update suggesting the situation was still ongoing. After hearing unusual sounds, he turned on his camera and started recording.
Watching television. Yes, it's a bit late, but there's quite a lot of noise over there. And the thing is, my wife is upstairs with the kids sleeping. Look at how the couch is moving. It's already 1 in the morning, guys. Honestly, I'm starting to get pretty nervous. It was clearly moving. It was moving. I came in and it stopped moving. Look. Listen to the knocks. The knocks have started already. This is really intense. Honestly, this makes me really nervous. It's like someone is in the kitchen, guys. Honestly. I don't know. I don't know if I should approach or not, guys, honestly. Who's there? No way, dude. Look. Holy. What was that? Oh, damn. No way. Don't talk nonsense. Come on, guys. It gives me goosebumps, guys. What the hell? Damn it all.
The room is covered in an eerie darkness. When Amoroso switches on the light, a wooden rocking chair is violently moving by itself with no one near it. Then a loud bang suddenly comes from the front door, breaking the silence. He tries to keep calm and steps into the hallway, but the chair starts moving again. Moments later, a creepy laugh echoes behind him. Panicked, he looks out the window and sees a dark, shadowy figure staring at him from the street in the middle of the night. Amoroso runs toward the stairs in fear, but that same unsettling laugh follows close behind him, right before the video cuts out. What happened after that remains unknown. A disturbing clip was shared by a man named David after he brought an old doll into his home. At first, it only seemed strange and a little creepy, but he soon began to regret having it there. His nights became frightening as dark shapes appeared in his room, then vanished before he could understand what he was seeing. He also claimed to hear crying in the dark and whispers saying names he did not recognize. Hoping to stop whatever felt connected to the doll, David locked it in a metal cage and placed a Bible and a rosary on top. But according to him, the activity continued. One night, after falling asleep, he woke from a nightmare that felt too real, opened his eyes, and saw something terrifying.
Tenía una pesadilla y despierto. ¿Por qué me estás jodiendo a cada rato? ¿Qué quieres? No entiendo qué es lo que... Ese, el quemado. Ese. Y no sé si escucharon lo que... No entendí muy bien. Pero... algo se escuchó. ¡Ah! Ahora sí sentí mucha adrenalina. Se desenfoca. No sé qué gana. Estoy escuchando música aquí de relajamiento. O sea, estaba durmiendo. Ya son las, ¿qué? 4:51 de la mañana. No entiendo. No entiendo. En serio, ya no sé qué hacer. Alexa, luz del cuarto blanco frío.
David says the face he recorded was not a one-time thing. He claims it appears almost every night, watching him from the darkness, but vanishes the second he turns on the light. There are no footsteps, no noises, and nowhere for anyone to hide, not even under the bed. That is what makes the case so disturbing. It raises the question of whether the doll brought something evil into his home, or if it awakened something that was already there. Marco had recently moved into a small wooden house in a remote Italian village. After a few weeks, he started hearing strange noises from the attic at night, like heavy thuds and slow creaks, almost as if someone was walking around above him. At first, he thought it was just the old house settling, but the sounds kept getting louder every night. One evening, when it happened again, he took out his phone to record it and capture proof of what was going on. Heavy banging came from above, sounding like something was walking back and forth in the attic. Marco stopped to listen, then eventually worked up the courage to climb up and check. Even after he got inside, the noises continued all around him. Then a chair in front of him suddenly moved on its own, sliding back as if someone had pushed it. That was enough for Marco, and he quickly climbed back down. With the strange sounds and furniture moving by itself, it seemed like he might be dealing with a poltergeist. 4 teenagers, ages 14 to 16, were arrested after a burglary at Stryker's Shooting World, a gun shop. Security footage showed the suspects using a stolen Kia to crash through a gate and get inside the business. After investigating, detectives searched the teens' homes and recovered multiple stolen guns. Police believe another 2 to 4 people may also have been involved. Isaac and his girlfriend stayed at his aunt's Victorian-era home while she was away overseas. Their task was simple: watch the house and take care of the dog. The home felt stuck in the past, with old antiques, quiet halls, and a heavy stillness throughout the place. The only modern feature was the security camera setup, which let his aunt monitor things from far away. One night, while Isaac's girlfriend was alone in a room, she heard a strange noise from downstairs. At first, she ignored it, thinking it was just the old house settling. Late at night, a broom in the dining room would often fall over on its own. Isaac eventually checked the footage to see what was causing it, and in the clip, a dark figure can be seen near the window right before the broom drops. The figure was silent, motionless, and disappeared in an instant. What disturbed Isaac the most was its shape. He said it looked like a child. A few days later, they found memorial tiles on the fireplace dedicated to 2 children who had once lived in the house.
We found something that could explain last night. These tiles are of 2 children who lived here at some point. They commemorated them by putting them on a tile on this fireplace, and I swear this is the boy I saw.
After that, neither of them ever felt like they were truly alone in the house again, not after what they had seen. Michael and his teenage son had been dealing with strange nighttime noises for months, along with lights flickering by themselves and sudden cold spots around the house. But one area always felt more disturbing than the rest: the basement. After getting tired of living in fear, they finally decided to go downstairs and confront whatever might be hiding there. Watch closely.
Wait! It's down here. We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. Okay, we're gonna come through this way too. Stay close to me. Wait. Stay close. It was glass. Don't move. I know. Oh my God, do you smell that? Did you fart?
It's so cold down here.
It's winter time. Grab our stuff. Let's race for her.
If it drops us, you're dying first.
Just go. Shit. Oh my God! No. We have to get out. We have to get out of here. What are we going to do? No. Stop. I gotta go.
How long does it?
No. Let's take a break. There's nothing there. Stay behind me. This is a bad idea. Just calm down. Oh. Still there. It's still there. What are we going to do?
They walk down into the basement, and right away, Michael's son picks up a sickening, rotten smell. Shattered glass is spread across the floor, so they tell each other to be careful and not move too quickly. The temperature feels weirdly cold for an indoor space. Then, from one of the dark corners, they notice a shadowy figure standing completely still. Its shape looks human, but it blends into the darkness. Michael feels like it is aware of them and watching closely. Panic hits, and they rush out of the house in fear. The smell and the figure seemed far too real to be dismissed as imagination, as if something had been hiding in the foundation of the home. England's Haunted House channel became active again after months of silence. The man behind it had been dealing with a terrifying poltergeist situation after buying a mysterious African mask, but he stopped posting when everything seemed to calm down. Now the activity has started again.
Look at this, what the hell? I just got back from work, came up here and heard a banging noise. I thought, wow. It's definitely moving. Wow, 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 wow. Nothing has happened in this house for years. Nothing has happened here in a long time. That's why you haven't seen me upload videos. It doesn't make sense. There's still someone in this house. Do you want to do it again? There's someone here. Open the closet door. Whoa, 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 damn. Oh, my God. When I heard it for the first time, I thought, oh, maybe I left the windows open, but look, the windows are completely closed. There's no draft. Can you hear that tapping, right? Wow, yeah. Wow, 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 wow. And like, guys, you know, there it is. Okay, I can show this, but look, I know all the conspiracy theories about fishing lines show up in the comments of a lot of these ghost videos. Here, I don't really know how to prove it, but look, my hand isn't getting caught on any wire. There's nothing there. Can you open the door again? No, okay. Alright, we're leaving now. We're leaving. That's enough.
He had just come home from work when he heard strange noises. He focused on a small hallway closet, too tiny for anyone to fit inside. Suddenly, the door slowly opened outward, then gently closed again. He moved closer to show there were no visible strings, wires, or anything pulling it. Whatever was connected to that mask seemed to be active again. A creepy scene in this house's living room shows a child playing near the couch, seemingly alone, but in the dark hallway behind him, a strange face appears from the shadows with a frozen smile. It doesn't blink or move, just stares into the room. The stillness makes it look like it could be a latex mask or a well-made digital fake, but the idea of something watching from inside your own home is still disturbing. Some think it was a family member pulling a cruel prank, while others believe it may have been edited or something more sinister. A man was getting ready for bed when he noticed something strange outside. Far down the street, a person was standing completely still, staring toward his house. They weren't moving or saying anything, just watching. Feeling uneasy, he started checking the doors and windows to make sure everything was locked. But as he was about to close the last door, his camera suddenly caught something. The camera caught a pale, expressionless face that didn't look quite human. Its features seemed unnatural, almost like a mannequin, and its stare stayed completely fixed. What scared him most was that it didn't move at all. It just stood there watching. After that night, he said he began hearing noises around the house, including sounds near the windows and soft, repeated knocks, as if something was trying to get inside. He called the police, but when they arrived, no one was there. Some viewers thought it could have been someone wearing a mask, while others felt it might have been something much more disturbing. Two friends were staying at Will's apartment around 1 a.m. For several nights, they had been hearing creepy noises at the same time, so they felt uneasy and decided to start recording.
This has been happening every night. At this time we hear a noise. We're not really sure what it is, but it's starting to scare us. Let's see if we can figure something out. Do you hear that?
What is that?
I don't hear it anymore. Noise.
I'm going to look here. I don't hear it anymore.
James Claw.
I think it already stopped. Oh my god.
The group follows the noise down the hallway toward a dark corner near a closet. Once they get there, everything goes silent. Then, heavy objects suddenly crash to the floor with violent force, even though no one else is there. They panic and run to safety, too scared to go back and check. To this day, they still have no clear explanation, almost as if something invisible led them there just to reveal its strength. A woman named Brenna says that whenever stress becomes too much, she likes to step outside and sit by her pool to calm down and ease her anxiety. But one day while she was out there, the security camera recorded something chilling. Take a look. While Brenna and her dog were standing by the pool, the large floating bed suddenly moved toward her and stopped right in front of her. She said there was no wind and the pool pump was turned off. If either of those had caused it, the smaller and lighter float should have moved too, but it stayed still. What made it even stranger was the light above her flickering off right before the float started moving, then turning back on afterward. Brenna said the lights only have a basic on and off switch and are not supposed to flicker or dim separately. She also mentioned that these strange events seem to happen when she is under a lot of stress, especially after recently losing one of her dogs. Whether it was something paranormal or just a strange coincidence is left for the viewer to decide. In November 2020, experienced hiker and travel blogger Esther Dingley set out alone in the Pyrenees Mountains, near the border between Spain and France. She had spent 6 years traveling across Europe in a camper van with her partner, Dan Colgate, documenting their adventures. But this trip was a solo hike, something she had done before. On November 21st, Esther left the Spanish town of Benasque and headed into the mountains. The next day, November 22nd, at around 4 p.m., she sent her final known message after reaching the summit of Pic de Sauvegarde, a 2,737-meter peak. She also had a 90-second video call with Dan, describing the views and sounding cheerful. After that, there was silence. No more calls, no messages, and no sign of Esther. By November 25th, when she failed to return, she was reported missing. Search teams began looking on both the Spanish and French sides of the mountain, with helicopters covering the rough terrain, but heavy snowfall later forced the search to pause in early December. For months, there were no answers. Then, in July 2021, hikers found part of a human skull near Port de la Glaire, just over the French border. On July 30th, DNA testing confirmed it belonged to Esther. Days later, on August 9th, more of her remains and belongings were found in the same area. On August 13th, investigators said her death was most likely caused by an accidental fall. The terrain where she was found was steep and unstable, and officials believed she may have fallen around 30 meters. A tragic and heartbreaking case. The story comes from an Uber driver who received a ride request late at night. The pickup location was in a quiet part of the city where almost no one usually goes. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but when he arrived, someone was already standing there. Something about that person immediately felt wrong.
Si trabajar de día o de noche. Yo recomiendo, si van a trabajar en la aplicación, que trabajen de noche. Porque en la noche, pues bueno, sí te arriesgas mucho, pero la cantidad de dinero y de viajes es mucho mejor. Ahorita voy a tomar un viaje, de hecho. Ya estoy por llegar. Y es de 300 pesos, o sea, y es rápido, o sea, porque es de noche, no hay tanto tráfico. Ah, es aquí. Mi gente. A la bestia. Aquí me marca la ubicación. Ay, güey, qué pinche miedo. No sé qué hacer, la subo. Disculpe, ¿pidió Uber usted?
Sí.
A nombre de Cintia.
A person dressed in dark clothes was standing exactly where the app showed the pickup point. They stayed completely still, which made the driver uneasy. According to him, the person asked for a candle. Confused, the driver went to a nearby store to buy one. But when he returned to the same spot minutes later, the person was gone. There were no people nearby, no open doors, and no sign anyone had been there. The driver ended up lighting the candle at the exact place where the figure had been standing, as if the request was meant for something beyond a normal passenger.
Mi gente, estoy en shock, se los juro que me sentía mal, como que se me estaba bajando la presión. Lo que voy a hacer es regresar aquí al lugar en donde la recogí, y estoy pensando que me pidió una vela. No sé, esto fue lo que yo pensé y es lo que voy a hacer. Quiero compartir todo esto con ustedes para que me acompañen, porque la verdad estoy muy desconcertado, se me quiere trabar hasta la lengua. No sé si sea por nervios, por el miedo. Cuéntenme ahí, déjenme en los comentarios. Voy a prenderle la veladora en el mismo lugar en donde la recogí, para... no sé si sea una señal de que ella quería la veladora. Bueno, ya estoy aquí cerquitas, solamente que voy a ver si no está. Ese fue el lugar en donde la recogí. Y bueno, si la señal era que le trajera una veladora, se la voy a poner aquí donde la recogí y yo paso a retirarla. Dios te bendiga.
Some people believe encounters like this are not random. They think these figures can appear as warnings of something ahead. They may not show up only once either. In some stories, they watch, wait, and return, creating a pattern that can last for years. Pitt Ramirez runs a tattoo studio in Mexico that he believes is haunted. One night, after his last customer had left, he locked up and started to leave, but realized he had forgotten his phone charger. When he went back to unlock the studio, he heard noises coming from inside. He checked the place, but no one was there. Thinking he had just imagined it, he stepped back outside, but then something strange happened.
Miren, vine aquí al local porque se me olvidó mi cargador. Y ahorita que venía aquí casi por el bote de basura, oí que patearon la puerta. Y me puse a grabar, pero empecé a notar en la persiana que se movía. Miren, parece que se oye como se mueve la persiana, o sea, cómo cruje. Entonces ese polvo es polvo de la calle. Es que es una calle de... pues es de tierra. Miren. ¿Qué les dije? ¿Qué les dije a la verga? Miren, voy a entrar. Miren, para que vean que no hay nadie adentro. Todo en una toma. Ay, perdón con mis 20,000 vueltas, pero es una llave de seguridad. O sea, no ha salido nadie, miren. Voy a entrar. Voy a cerrar la puerta rápido. Miren. Voy a prender aquí la luz. Y miren, no hay nadie.
As Pitt looked toward the front door, a gap suddenly appeared in the closed blinds, almost like someone was peeking out from inside. Some viewers even claimed they could see a shadowy face in the darkness. Pitt went back into the studio to check, but no one was there. A few seconds later, something else happened that left him terrified.
No digan que hay alguien adentro, no sé qué tanto. Ay, güey. Bueno, es que eso de la persiana sí lo había escuchado saliendo de aquí del
del local, pero la verdad no le ponía mucha atención. Miren, tuve que cambiar un poco las cosas del lugar porque cada año, pues, acomodar todo, ¿no? Me voy a asomar al baño para que vean que no hay nadie. ¿Cómo está la puerta? Me traje el espejo aquí al baño. Miren, voy a cerrar toda la puerta para que vean que no pasa nadie. Me traje el espejo aquí al baño porque estoy remodelando, estoy reacomodando todo, miren. No hay nadie. Miren, miren. Que no digan que hay alguien escondido, miren. Yo estoy dentro del baño. No hay nadie. No hay nadie. Ok, miren. Voy a estar grabando así. Que ven que no va a salir nadie. Miren. O sea, la puerta no se ha oído, no se ve nadie. No digan de que hay alguien en el baño. Miren, el espejo lo tuve que acomodar, está aquí colgado porque es un poquito más cómodo. Miren, está en pijama ya. Llevamos 4 noches con la misma pijama. Pero si quieren regalarme una, estaré hecha. Ay, güey. Ay, cabrón, batí la pinche silla. Dicen que por qué no prendo la luz luego, que porque esto no sé qué. A ver, explíquenme eso. No se ha ido la puerta, no se ha ido nada. Se cerró la puerta, se abrió la persiana. A ver, explíquenlo. Desde que volví a traer el espejo al baño, la verdad es diferente el miedo. Cuando estaban juntos era un poquito más relajado. No sé, pasaba algo. Pero estando aquí en el baño, como que le gustó más el frío. Porque este baño es muy frío, porque tiene mucho azulejo. No, ya, miren, voy a apagar. Voy a cerrar porque sí, la verdad, está un poquito feo esto. Que yo venía por el cargador y no. Ya mejor yo ya me voy. No, bueno, pues, buenas noches, amigos, pero vean, para que no digan que hay gente.
The bathroom door appears to move by itself, so Pitt checks it again, but finds nothing. A few moments later, another sudden noise gets his attention, and the bathroom door swings shut on its own. After these strange events, Pitt becomes convinced that his tattoo studio may be haunted. The question is whether he really captured something paranormal, or if there is another explanation. A woman owns a large piece of land in the Appalachian Mountains with CCTV cameras set up around the property. Every so often, she checks the footage to make sure no one is trespassing. One night, while looking through the motion-activated pictures and videos, she noticed something unsettling.
So we have about 200 acres in the Appalachian Mountains. We're not there full time, so periodically I check the cameras just to see what's there. And what the fuck is that?
Normally, the cameras snap a photo every minute when there's no movement, but if motion is detected, they automatically switch over and start recording video.
This is a deer in the same spot. And if you look over there, you can see the camera caught it, and the camera was recording that deer running from over there to over here. Okay, it was going this way. Camera caught it. You can see in the bottom corner, it says motion detected, that deer. Here is where it caught a car. You can see the car at the end of the driveway. See a vehicle. It caught it. It started recording, caught it. And now here is where you see it just pops up and then it goes away. Here is where it caught deer at night in the same spot. The one on the left is in the same spot. At night, it caught it. Not to mention the fact, if this was an actual person on a horse riding up my driveway, even if the camera didn't detect it, it would have still caught an image every so often of it walking up the driveway.
Since the CCTV was supposed to record any movement, it made no sense that it missed the man on the horse. Even if the motion sensor failed, the camera still should have snapped a picture every minute, showing how he got in through the gate. After digging into the property's history, she learned there had once been a cemetery there, so she asked her neighbor whether anyone in their family had raised horses. She found out that one of her neighbor's ancestors actually owned a white horse, and the horse seen on the CCTV looked a lot like the one in the old photos the neighbor showed her. The neighbors were so shocked that they went to the exact spot where the horse had appeared to check for hoof prints.
Right here. Okay, right there's the camera.
So right here's where it be.
Right here's where that horse was. And there is nothing been here. There has been nothing here. Nothing.
So what exactly was this? Could it have been the spirit of one of the neighbor's ancestors? Someone who once lived there and may have been buried in that old cemetery? That might explain why the camera didn't record any movement or capture a series of photos. In the end, what happened there is left for viewers to decide. A mother was woken up in the middle of the night by her young daughter, who sounded terrified. The child told her that someone was standing in the corner of the room, but according to her, the figure was not alone. Something else seemed to be there with it, and the moment was captured on video.
¿Dónde? ¿Qué hay acá? ¿Se van a comer? ¿Quién te va a comer?
¿Qué?
¿Qué es lo que ves? ¿Hambre? ¿Qué tiene hambre? ¿Panza? ¿Le duele la panza? ¿A quién le duele la panza? ¿Tiene hambre? ¿Qué comer? ¿A quién le duele la panza? ¿Boca?
Boca. Boca. Bebé. 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 Bebé.
¿Cuál bebé?
Mamá, bebé. Bebé.
Acuéstate, mi amor, vente.
The little girl seemed to be seeing something strange in her room. Many viewers thought she was describing a person holding a baby and feeding it. What made the moment so unsettling was that only the child appeared to see it, leading some people to believe it could have been an imposter entity targeting her spirit. For weeks, Melissa and Dyer had been experiencing strange activity in their home. Almost every night, she heard unexplained noises, doors creaking by themselves, footsteps in empty rooms, and quiet voices coming from places where no one was there. One night, while she was alone, things got even worse. She was terrified, but instead of leaving, she grabbed her phone and started recording. What she captured made her feel like she wasn't alone in her own house anymore.
En la casa y se acaba de escuchar una puerta, o sea, como si abrieran una puerta.
específicamente la de la cocina, pero no hay nadie, solo estoy yo. Estaba aquí sentada viendo la novela y haciendo otras cosas. Y aquí está la Chloe y la Sushi. Y de este lado está el Coco y el Rufo, están ahí, acostados. Y la puerta de la cocina está cerrada. Esa puerta de ahí se acaba de escuchar de nuevo. Pero estoy sola. Vean, la Chloe está como pendiente porque yo no sé, ella ve fantasmas. Pero ella escucha de todo, o sea, suena algo y ella está pendiente. Se acaba de escuchar. No sé si ir. En las películas de terror suena algo y como que... Ay, no. En las películas de terror, cuando suena algo, tú dices que no vayan a ver, pero obviamente tienen que ir a ver, porque es su casa, no sé. O sea, ahorita como que le di otro sentido. Aparte está lloviendo. Y ahorita se acabó de escuchar algo arriba y la puerta y una niña llorar al lado. Pero al lado no vive ninguna niña. Y esto yo sí les he dicho en videos, que siempre en la casa de al lado suena, o sea, se escucha como una niña reírse y llorar. Pero al lado no vive una niña. No hay niños al lado. Voy a ver lo de la cocina porque... Bueno, arriba no creo que... No, yo arriba no voy. Solo voy a ver lo de la cocina porque ahorita se escucha como... Voy a ver. Ahorita ya no se escucha nada, pero esta puerta está cerrada. Se está moviendo la puerta. Es que no hay nadie, o sea, puede ser un fantasma. Prefiero que sea un fantasma. No hay nada. La Chloe está hacia abajo. Arriba yo no voy porque arriba sí me da miedo. Pero la Chloe está viendo para allá. Ay, no, yo me voy a mi cuarto.
The video begins with Melissa speaking nervously, saying she is home alone. Suddenly, a noise comes from the kitchen, like a door opening, even though she says no one is there. Her pets react right away. Her dog Chloe stops and stares at empty parts of the room, growling like something is nearby. As she keeps recording, faint sounds can be heard, including soft thumps, distant movement, and what Melissa thinks sounds like a child crying. She says no children are living near her home. Trying to figure out what is happening, she slowly walks toward the kitchen. When she reaches the door, it starts moving by itself, swinging slightly as if someone pushed it. She says the windows are closed and there is no wind, making the moment feel impossible to explain.
Estaba totalmente sola, arriba no había nadie, en este piso no había nadie y abajo hay otro piso y tampoco había nadie. Y se movió la puerta de la cocina y lo peor es que no estaba ninguna ventana abierta, no había de algún lugar donde entre viento, nada. Y yo hice como en las películas de terror, o sea, fui a investigar porque estaba sola y es mejor ir a ver, o no sé. Y con esto les quiero contar que ayer me pasó algo porque salí al baño como a las 3 de la mañana y en el pasillo de la casa, les voy a enseñar. En este pasillo que es para salir del cuarto se ve directamente la sala, específicamente como que la ventana, esa parte de ahí. Y ayer que salí al baño, yo regresé a ver para allá porque sí da miedo y entonces yo regreso a ver. No pregunten por qué si me da miedo regreso a ver, solo regresé a ver. Y la cosa es que había una silueta como de un señor parado en la ventana y tengo foto. O sea, esta vez sí no fui a investigar ni nada, estaban todos en mi casa, yo no fui porque literal era la silueta de un señor. Acá el otro día como que empezaron a sonar las cosas, pero acá era la silueta de alguien y no se movía para nada. Bueno, en realidad grabé. Vean ahí como una silueta de algo y si se ve como que una luz afuera es porque el farol no se apaga. Vean, aquí le tomé captura y se ve mejor. Es una silueta de alguien ahí parado como que en la ventana. Eso sí no me...
In a later video, Melissa shares something even more unsettling. The night before, she woke up around 3 a.m. and went to the bathroom. As she walked past the window, she saw a dark figure standing outside, completely still. It looked tall, almost human-shaped, and seemed to be watching the house. Instead of going near it, she quickly took a photo. The picture shows a large shadowy figure at the window, too clear to easily dismiss as a reflection or lighting trick. After that, Melissa said she no longer wanted to stay home alone. She believes whatever is in her house is becoming bolder. Was it a spirit trying to reach her, or something much more dangerous? Whatever it was, it didn't seem finished with her. During a routine night patrol, a security officer was stationed at an abandoned hospital that was being renovated. The building already had a history of unexplained incidents, so management kept guards on site even though it was closed. What happened during his shift left him deeply shaken. While walking through the dark hallways, the officer started hearing crying sounds coming from somewhere inside the empty building. As he tried to find where the noise was coming from, his camera captured something unexpected, a dark shape moving through the corridor. He said he was alone and that all entry points were locked, which made the footage even harder to explain. His time-stamped recordings and written report suggested that something unusual happened that night, though it's still unclear whether it was paranormal or just an elaborate prank. On February 25th, 2026, content creator Bear from the channel Exploring with Bear embarked on another winter camping expedition. He returned to a familiar, snow-covered site notorious for paranormal legends, reported hauntings, and strange sightings, despite having been previously attacked there and filming multiple unsettling experiences in the area. Bear selected a spot and began setting up his tent, fully aware of the location's dangerous history.
I have previously been attacked here before. I've also, the last time, there was something right over, close to where I had the tent set. You guys have seen Dogman and Bigfoot multiple times and screenshot them from this area. All right, look at that though. That is beautiful. It is sort of snowing right now. I'm going to be alone tonight and it is going to be freezing. This is a very scary place, but I've been wanting to do a winter camp for a while now. It's been a while. So, tonight's the night, cold winter camping. As you can see, I already got the tent put up. All right, so first, I think I need to get the fire going. We need to get a good bed of coals. We will be cooking dinner later on the fire, and right now, I want to get some coffee going.
After setting up his tent, Bear gathered firewood and built a steady campfire to cut through the cold winter silence. He then placed his kettle over the flames to make coffee, using the warmth and familiar routine to calm his nerves and mentally prepare himself for whatever the night might bring in a location tied to past attacks.
Oh, man, that scared me. Is that an owl already? Too early for the owls, I think. So while the camera was down and recharging, I did hear one big bang coming from that way. And so we're about to head back there. We'll keep our eyes open for tracks. Also, there was a mess. Something was right over here the last time I was here. So we also have a predator running around here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. This is going to be the best dinner I've made camping thus far. Wait till you see what it is. Heck yeah, baby. Roast and carrots. Meat and carrots. Heck yeah. Let that warm up. It's windy. Snow's picking up too. It's going to be so cold tonight.
An owl-like animal call echoed through the trees, though Bear doubted its authenticity since it was still too early for typical owl activity. Moments later, a loud bang rang out from the forest, briefly interrupting the calm. Bear paused to listen, but remained unsettled, continuing to prepare his dinner over the fire before moving inside his tent with his meal as night fully settled in.
Heck yeah, check that meat out. You guys want a bite? What in the world am I seeing? Whoa! That scared me. That was a big piece of meat I had there. Man, that light is really messing with me. It's getting way creepier. It's just about dark. Oh! Oh, did you guys hear that? Wait a minute. Is that eyes too? That was a knock. That was a knock, but there might be eyes out there. Whew, that scared me. That was... Holy smokes. No way. I can't tell you, man, the temperature is dropping. Can't see. I see my breath. Why? There it is. Man, I keep hearing crap. Listen. Is that a whistle?
Loud, sharp bangs erupted outside the tent, which initially Bear dismissed as wildlife until they intensified and were joined by deliberate, forceful wood knocks. Moments later, a controlled and intentional whistling sound echoed near the campsite. The unmistakable whistle caused fear to surge through Bear as memories of his past attacks in that exact location resurfaced. Alone in the wilderness and miles from help, the chilling reality of his isolation hit hard, making it clear that something unseen was lurking in the darkness and actively letting him know it was aware of his presence.
There's somebody walking. Do you hear that? There's somebody walking out there. That's somebody walking. Hello? Oh! It's... Oh! Oh! Dang it! Hold on. Hold on. Something just got thrown right outside the tent. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh! No. I'm armed. Hey. Hold on. I'm armed. Ow, ow. Ow. Okay. God. That was something right outside. It just hit outside the tent. I'm thinking about just making a break for the truck. I'm just taking my bag. I don't even care about this other stuff right now. I know. Something just freaking attacked the camp. Literally right outside the door. Holy smokes, there's a tree there. There's a tree. There's just a tree thrown there. Okay, we're going to the truck. Man. Hold on. Damn it, how am I going to carry all this at once? Can't move fast. Okay. What was that? How can I hold this in that? What was that? Man, we just gotta go.
Bear heard slow, deliberate footsteps circling his tent. When he called out, a heavy weight slammed into the tent, collapsing it on top of him, followed by the sound of something being thrown outside with force. As Bear set up to secure the tent, it was pushed down a second time. Terrorized, he grabbed his pistol, shouted that he was armed, and decided to step outside. Holding his flashlight, he found a freshly broken, fallen tree nearby, but scanned the area to find no visible figure or movement. Bear quickly retreated to his truck and drove away from the campsite unharmed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.